All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of 20 to Midnight, the D&D stream where three heroes have to race against the clock if they want to save the world.
My name is Beth Eyre, and I'm playing Helena Hailstorm, a human fighter from the Veldran Empire, and I am as ever here in London town.
And I am Emma Sherr-Ziarko. I'm playing Cal, aka Calistoga Vance, a tiefling sorcerer from Bas Saranath, and I am coming to you, as almost ever, from the land of enchantment, Santa Fe, New Mexico.
And my name is Gabriel Urbina. I am the Dungeon Master here in New York City.
New York City.
Yeah.
The proper way.
Beth, Emma, yeah, I want to give it its due. How are you both doing today?
Yeah.
New York.
Hanging in there.
I think that's how we're
Much like our heroes.
I think that's how a lot of us are feeling. The
I think so.
The survive until 25 thing sounded so reasonable at a distance, and now that we need to do it, it's just like, oh boy.
So close.
Yeah.
So close.
Now it's like survive through 25.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
Eventually we'll just be survive. Just do it.
But we're all about survival here at 20 to Midnight.
Sure.
We are. We are about survival.
That's the official
Against
policy.
incredible odds.
Yeah.
Sure.
But yeah. How about you, Gabriel? How are you doing today as you drink the tears of your players?
As I drink the tears of my players, yes, in my fantabulous mug.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
I am all right. I'm excited to
Oh,
see where the
goodness.
story goes on. It's been kind of a lot of work in recent days. I have a new show out, and I have a new Audible original that I've been promoting, and I've been just kind of going from thing to thing to thing to thing. So it'll be nice to kind of focus in for a good round of D&D, and sort of get to kind of be far away from it all for a little while before I go do my second stream of the day. As later today, I'm going to be doing a creator commentary for the first episode of my new podcast, Dracula the Danse Macabre. Plug.
I was gonna say, insert plug here.
Yeah.
It's excellent. If anybody watching hasn't listened to it yet, you should. It is fabulous.
Thank you, Emma. You can have an inspiration point for saying that first. You cannot.
Suck up to DM.
I am completely unfazed by all these things until I am. Then I am extremely fazed by them.
Extremely fazed.
Yeah.
Love it.
But all right, shall we talk about what happened last time? Because it was kind of a sleepy, not much going on sort of a session.
Yeah. Nothing happened of note. Yes, let's do it. Let's do a recap.
All right, so you found yourselves in the chaos and disarray of the Armada as the explosion.
The exploding armada.
As the explosion that rocked the Solinese fleet sort of, knocked you into the waters, Emma, destroyed the main sort of flagship of the fleet. You guys ended up kind of getting evacuated with a small group of Solinese sailors, not a group of small Solinese sailors. That's a very important distinction.
Very tiny.
Yeah. You were sort of dispatched to a nearby cove while Admiral Razac dealt with the chaos of the fleet. There, you sort of played this dangerous game of poker with them as you debated what was the best move. Was it to try to ditch them, knowing that Razac might come after you if you do that? Was it to own up to your nebulous part in what happened to the fleet? Was there even a thing to own up to? Is this a thing that is your fault? Discuss you did until it became clear that one of the Solinese sailors was a psychic and had been mentally probing you for information. And as a confrontation seemed to be building up, one of the Solinese sailors who you recognized as the young blonde woman that had been the masquerade form of the curator as he blew up the ship, basically kicked off a fight and proceeded to kill various other members of the Solinese party there and blow apart the camp that they had been setting up before she was knocked unconscious. And after all the murdering was done, the curator sort of revealed himself. And you guys spoke with him for a little while. And then he sort of told you that he might be interested in a further bargain. He sort of put this idea that he might be willing to lease you a set of souls that are under his care, the legendary army of King Uldar the Ninth, for your battle against the Kraken. You might have your very own ghost army, and that would definitely tip the balance in someone's direction. But he wants to be pitched. He's kind of like, we'll meet in... Was it midnight that night did he say? Or was it midnight the following night?
I thought it was the following night.
Yeah. So, like, there's, like...
I think.
So, like, you finish the day that you have one night a day, and then midnight of the next night, he will rendezvous with you to discuss what offer you might want to make him. But, for now, he gave you a free sample by putting the body of the young woman in a box, tapping in it, and then like a good close-up magician revealing that a change had happened. And the prestige was the returned Satus and Curtain with no memory of what had happened, how he had gotten there, what had gone on during the weeks that he had been in the custody of the Solinese army, how he'd gotten away from them, what had happened to Avanzada and Blaze. All of these things were unknown to him. You caught Satus up, / we caught Mike up on what had been happening in the stream.
Yeah.
As Razac arrived at the beach, and you guys, I think, did the noble but brave thing of biting the bullet and kind of going, look, this happened, it's this creature. We sort of did this unwitting bargain with him. Razac is furious, but sort of knows that you guys are the best chances of destroying that Kraken. You might also not enormously care about Razac's emotional state, but, you know, you should know what it is.
Only in as much as it directly affects her murderousness or evilness.
And there was sort of this moment where it was kind of like, all right, we're going to discuss strategy. Give me a moment. And she sort of turned around and left you guys to sort of, you know, consult with her consiglieres, as it were, who had come to the beach with her, a couple of high-ranking Solinese, and I believe 2 mind flayers that were with her. And that was the moment when suddenly Satus's eyes dimmed and his consciousness left as his body crumpled to the ground. And you heard the curator's voice in your ear say, "Free sample is over." And that is, I think, where we left things last time on 20 to Midnight. Did I miss any major details?
I think that sounds...
that sounds very accurate, except Razac mentioned something to Satus. I wrote this down, called Operation Firehawk.
Yes.
That he had no memory of.
Yes. She sort of said, like, I trust that the details of Operation Firehawk are staying between us. And Satus did not know the details of Operation Firehawk.
Yeah. Yes. So that's the only thing. I was just looking at that. Yeah. Otherwise, I think that pretty much sums it up.
Terrific. Beth, anything important that we're forgetting?
Not that I can think of. No, that sounds pretty accurate.
Wonderful. In that case, we rejoin the action as Satus slumps, falling down into the sands of the beach unconscious.
I just want to shout out Nartok in the chat calling Razac risotto. Amazing. Thank you
Nice.
for that. Okay, so Satus has slumped.
Okay.
What are we doing?
Okay.
A couple of the Solinese
gonna-
people are turning towards you, noticing what happened. But they are still, for the time being, sort of far away.
We should
Don't touch him. He's ours still.
Yeah.
Where should we put him, Helena?
in the recovery position. Cal,
Okay,
safety first.
what's that?
Thank you, Emma.
Oh, well, okay. Maybe in Basaranath it has a different name. You just,
Yes, it might be.
I'm gonna just lie him on his side, check his airway,
Oh, yeah.
make sure he is gonna be all right when he
Yeah,
comes
make
around.
sure he can breathe and everything. and
Exactly.
That seems wise. That
Yeah.
seems wise.
Arm
okay.
over, like slightly bent.
Great. Ah, he looks so peaceful.
Yeah, in a strange kind of way.
One of the
Yeah.
mind flayers is floating towards the three of you. A slightly more purple mind flayer than ones that you've seen before, wearing an eye patch over one of his eyes.
Hi there.
Move aside.
Please don't.
You hear sort of, this like echoing voice in your head.
Oh, hang on there. What you doing there?
Yeah.
He seems to be in need of physical aid. I will provide it.
You will?
No. What kind of physical aid are you thinking of providing?
A healing spell.
Seems
I
good.
guess. Is that it? Is that all you're going to do?
Would you like me to do more?
No, definitely not.
Wonderful. I'm sure your friend would appreciate this delay coming to an end. Please move aside.
Okay, I don't think it's gonna work, but have fun.
I do not think it is going to work.
Well, I'm afraid
As
that
you go,
he's,
I'm afraid the mind flayer will start to make some like gestures with his hands. And after a moment, they'll glow blue at the same time as Satus does. And you see some scuffs and some cuts and some just like general bruising and wear and tear fade away as the glow fades too. But as you predict,
Well,
Satus
that's
did not
nice.
regain consciousness. But
Yeah.
what were you saying as the spell was cast?
I was saying, well, I'm afraid there's some magic, some very powerful magic at work that is keeping him in this state. And we just have to keep him safe and
Is it a curse?
I don't think it's a curse.
not as such, no. More the whims of a rather chaotic and powerful fae creature.
Well, if he has physical needs, simply alert me. But for now,
Thank you.
Thank
he does
you.
not seem to be in immediate danger.
Thank you. This was very thoughtful of you.
Appreciate
And
it.
as the word danger kind of rumbles out in your ear, he will turn around and float back towards the rest of the sort of high-ranking Solinese party.
Okay, so Satus is down. That's something.
Not great, but not entirely unexpected. At least he's here. At least
Yep.
we have him.
Physically, yes.
Physically have him.
A good distinction to make, Beth, yes.
Yeah. It's better than where we were for the past couple weeks.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Half a point better, at least. Yes.
Yeah.
But
Listen,
physically got him.
these days, half a point
We're taking a wins.
makes a difference, definitely.
But this complicates matters a bit, doesn't it, Carl? 'Cause
It sure does. Yeah.
we were kind of pretty much doing a deal with the Solinese Navy there, as opposed to the
Yeah.
curator, and now it seems that we might need to keep things going with the curator if we want Satus to be his usual self.
Yeah. Yeah. You do make good points there.
Quick DM pot stir of just...
Sure.
Love a DM pot stir.
Deals are not mutually exclusive. You know, like
Agreed.
you could make a deal with the Solinese Navy and with the curator. Or you could go, flip the bird and sort of go like, fuck you all, we're gonna fight this gigantic sea monster on our own. Or you could...
Yeah, that'll show them.
Yeah.
Or you could leave and seek forces elsewhere.
Yeah.
Plenty of options. And these are mix and match to your pleasure.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yes, we can secretly do both. We can try and get them to cooperate. The possibilities are endless.
Yeah. I don't think Razac will be very keen to work with the curator.
Agreed.
Given that he just blew up half her fleet.
I tend to agree with you, Cal, although I think things are getting so big that...
They are.
It's
And she
possible
does
that-
have a sense of the greater picture. And I do think if we work with her, we're going to want to use this scroll to get us out of here.
Oh, your scroll!
Immediately after we take down this Leviathan thing.
Right, because otherwise she's gonna... Yeah, okay.
Yeah, or we can do it right now, take Satus with us, get him to safety. and then
And
seek
forgo
help
the Solinese, what's left of the
and
Solinese.
seek help elsewhere. But
Don't
This
mind
does
me
still
as I
seem-
look something up, but please keep talking.
sure. But I really want this army, this ghost army.
But we kind of went and did a deal with the... No, but we could do both.
Suppose we could do both. But we do have to offer the curator something.
Do we?
Or-
You are just obsessed with offering the curator things.
He said that! He said it! Since when does he... Excuse me.
He's bad. He's a bad person.
I know, I'm over him, okay? But we might... If we're gonna go that route,
Because
we
we're
might
talking
have to-
practicalities here, aren't we, Cal? Because we're over moral repugnance. They're both morally repugnant.
Can I just
Yes,
Look,
yes.
Can I just point out before we get too
No,
far away
yes.
from it that in my
Yes.
experience, when someone says I am over him, they are usually over
Yeah.
him. That is usually the sign of someone that has no unresolved feelings
Yeah,
one
yeah,
way or
yeah,
another
yeah.
in the situation.
Which is why the curator just keeps coming up, no matter what
Yeah.
we do and what we promise, and how annoyed we are that he took our fiancés and, enslaved various people and keeps them in a circus, like some sort of, as bad as the Solinese Navy in his own special way.
Yeah. You are not wrong in any of those things you just said.
But you want the ghost army, don't you?
I do want the ghost army.
What are we going to offer, Cal?
We could offer him.
Yes. I'm so scared of where this is going. Yes.
No, it's too bad. It's too evil. We could offer him Razac.
We can't give him Razac.
I mean, we know where she's gonna be. I don't know why he'd want her, but she's powerful. She'd make a good statue.
I'm just not sure she's in our gift.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. What? We can't just be like, hey, curator, give us a ghost army. Thanks.
We're good for it, man.
No.
We'll get you,
We're
we'll
good
get you
for
next
it,
week.
man.
Yeah.
We'll get you. Yeah. Well, yeah. Exactly. We'll get you in approximately. What is the? What did the?
7 days, I believe, is what the Void Keeper
7
said.
days. Yeah. We'll
8 days.
we'll
8 days.
get
Excuse
it
me. I
to
have
you
it written
in.
down. 8 days.
We'll get it to you in 9 days.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Promises we can't keep. I like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Flowers, chocolates. No.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to give
That
him
went to a
something anyway.
place,
'Cause we
Beth.
want
My lord.
Yeah.
it's a reference to this. Never mind.
Maybe he does want flowers and chocolates. Maybe nobody's ever given him flowers and chocolates. We could.
Cal, I cannot stress this enough. Don't go there. What?
Okay.
I know it's a tough time, but we have got to get this together.
I know. But maybe he just wants love.
What
No.
are you talking about? He is an enslaving, murdery person.
She can fix him, Beth.
I can. For those at home, this is my Astarion from Baldur's Gate 3 mug, and it says "You can fix him" on it.
Very appropriate.
Just put the curator's face on there.
Here we are. It's a pathology.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
We're gonna have to give him something, aren't we? Because we want Satus back.
I was going to say, as a DM, like,
Yeah, it's true.
I think that almost certainly the Solinese people are getting more and more interested about what's going on over here. But I do want to give you sort of a chance before we introduce the next thing to
make a choice.
Well, no, if you were to make the curator an offer that is something other than flour, chocolate, and promises that you have no intention of keeping, what would it be?
Nicely called.
Or Razac.
I don't think just being like, there's a person over there you could have is... I mean, unless you're thinking capture.
Well, and I want to be clear that like Razac, there is no price for working with Razac besides the experience of working with Razac.
Right.
And
right.
how
open
to
soul.
the idea of you guys going your separate ways at the end of it will be. But like she is at the moment. It has been presented as completely willing to put all her resources at your disposal and work with you all to kill this monster.
And she still has your dad, Cal.
She does. She does have my dad.
But she doesn't have the dragons, does she? She
don't
doesn't
think she
know
No, the dragons are
where
gone.
they are. No one knows where they are.
Well, the curator probably
I don't
knows where
think
they
so.
are.
Maybe,
think so?
but
I think he does. I think he was part of getting them out. I hope he didn't turn them into statues.
The dragons. He promised us Satus and not dragons.
But we asked him to get the dragons out.
Several times, but I'm pretty sure... Well, who knows? Maybe they'll turn up. At any rate, she doesn't have them, so we don't have to factor that in to dealing with her.
That's true.
Okay.
Also, didn't she leave my dad...
He's in Amar.
In Amar?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's not here. He's not part of this.
So
but
she
also
wouldn't be able to...
like DM.
But she can do any. Yeah,
Right,
she can do anything she wants.
She could. I think that would be very easy for her to message whoever is keeping an eye on your dad and sort of go like, "You remember that person? You remember the painful death scenario 24/9 that we talked about? Go ahead and implement painful death scenario 24/9." So like he's not an immediate physical danger. Don't I don't want you to think that he's on like the big metal ship that is currently sinking to the bottom of the ocean, but that by no means that he is no longer in the care of the Solinese Navy.
He's in danger.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So basically our options are we get them both on side. We kind of go along with the Solinese Navy. We attack this beastie. And maybe at some point, the curator's going to turn up with an army of ghosts, and it's going to make things better. Hooray. Or... I
can't see how it wouldn't.
No, of course you can't. But that could work. That seems like there's a lot of resources going at a very big problem. Or we abandon Admiral Razac. After everything we just said, we vanish, we talk to the curator, and we do it without the Solinese Navy, apparently.
Yeah. Or we vanish and do it without either of them. But we do have to deal with the curator again at some point because he's got control of Satus and possibly the dragons. And Razac has my dad. So I hate these guys. I suppose we have a little time. We've got a day and a half, though That seems like
Don't have much. Yeah.
That seems like a long time to wait to attack this thing,
Yeah.
given that we have 8 days until the end of the world.
And
possibly.
another beastie after this one, and
And
then
another
the other
beast.
one, and then
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know, Helena. I think my judgment is clouded here.
Because you really hate them, and I really hate him. Which, in a way,
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in both of us for being so sort of to our own vibe.
It's important we balance each other out.
Satus,
could I?
what's your vote?
Yeah. Could I ask?
Yeah, I know. Yes.
I just want to ask, in the world
Yes.
where, however you arrive at this decision, you decide that you really want the ghost army. You decide that you are going to go for it. What is the offer? Like, what are you?
That's a great question. And I've been thinking about that, and besides offering him Razac, which apparently nobody thinks we have the right to do.
Maybe I just haven't fully understood how that would work.
Right, like walk me through the mechanics of that.
I don't know.
In what way do you have claim to this woman?
I don't, but I hate her.
I think, like, the first time we introduced to the curator the notion of, wouldn't you like to mess with the Solinese Navy? He was like, well, no, unless you give me something.
Right. And what did we give him? It was just the joy of it, wasn't it?
It was the joy of causing chaos. It was the joy of, you enjoy disrupting things. You enjoy bringing misery into the world. But I think that now to be...
Yeah, I don't think that'll work again.
And to be, to sort of put down some of my DM cards. I think that in that moment, there was definitely kind of whether it is limited oracular powers or whether it is just sort of this Moriarty intellect that the curator has. I think that there was kind of an element of like, oh no, what would be really funny would be that they're going to need the Navy soon, and we're going to time it to really, it's a little bit of kind of like, you guys want something for free? All right, you'll get something for free with all the monkey's paw qualities that I can possibly put into it.
Right. I don't know. I mean, anything we have of value we need,
But we have some things we don't need, but I'm not sure they would interest him. We have the odd ring. Yeah. We have some jewelry. I don't think
that's true.
He's going to be into sort of petty, small value.
No, he's into big value stuff. You can't give him...
Beth, with that thing that you just said, roll me a quick insight check with advantage.
Ooh.
Sure.
Love an insight check.
I get a natural 20.
The thought does occur to you that, well, you have 2, technically 3 with Satus, void piercers, and you were able to kill the rock with just 2. Might that be something that you could give him?
Well, we could give him a void piercer in 9 days.
Yes, that would be great. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, Emma, that I think that he has the intellect score to see through the cunning nature of this little trap that you are laying for him.
Well, listen, either the world is going to end, and he'll be dead too.
Sure.
Presumably.
Or we'll save the world and we won't need them anymore.
Look, if you wanna roll those dice, you can give it a shot.
I'll give him my book in 9 days.
All right, Prosper. Sorry.
I won't drown my book.
I don't know what Helena and Cal are talking about.
I don't know either. We're off the
Yeah.
rails here.
Bring it
We
on
could give
back,
him a
folks.
void.
Bring it on back.
Yeah.
We could give him a void piercer. Oh God! Then he'll have all that power. He just murdered a whole load of people. He already can murder people.
No,
without extra magic.
We have worked so hard to get these, and supposedly they are the most important thing. And after we kill the third beastie, which we haven't even done the second one yet, but after we kill the third one, then we're gonna have to reckon with the vintner. I think we're gonna want.
And the exiled one.
The exiled one?
Yeah.
Who's that?
That's the
like
vintner's
a
boss.
Flint's monster.
Ah, jeez.
So I feel like
that. So yeah, I think we want all our void piercers. And I wouldn't feel right taking Satus's loot while he's unconscious.
It does seem bad, but also if he's gonna be unconscious, he's not using it. There, I said it.
Emma, roll me 2 separate insight checks. Like not an insight check with advantage, but like one insight check and then a separate insight check.
Okay, the first one is. Do I get anything for insight? I don't think so. Nope. So 13 for the first.
Fair enough.
And 17 for the second.
Okay, so on the first one, it's just like, should not give him Satus's loot when Satus is unconscious. That sucks. Boom. Done.
Yeah.
You could offer time. He took time before.
Could offer him more time.
Yeah.
I'll offer.
But okay.
Yes.
But in 9 days.
He's not going to go for it. We have to risk it.
Okay.
I think
if you're willing to risk it, we should put a plan in place. Now that we've seen him do it once, we should put a plan in place should he do it at the worst possible moment, which he probably will. So
I think it's best if it's me. I'm probably quite difficult to knock out, but I also have less devastating attacks.
Yeah, this is an interesting little quandary. Because Cal is absolutely easier to incapacitate, but every round Cal can do like big blast damage. Whereas Helena, theoretically, you're a little bit more contained in the damage that you can do, but I think that you are much harder to take out from like a Cal perspective. Especially because a lot of the things that Cal can do, I don't think that you can be like fireball, but non-lethal fireball. Knock you out fireball.
the knock you out fireball.
Yeah, I don't
it's
think
the
that
go to sleep chain lightning
works.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
We need to. Maybe we should start carrying a big net.
Hey, I bet the Solinese Navy has a big net.
Great. I look forward to being caught in the Solinese Navy's big net. Great.
Well,
no, agreed. Maybe it's the best plan we've got. We've got to do something.
I think it might be.
Okay. And also, like last time I was nervous about knocking you out. I was nervous about you killing me. We got to be prepared for these things.
It was first time jitters.
Yeah.
Second time around, it'll be so much better.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We got to do something.
Yeah, we got to do something, and we need Satus. We need our void piercers. We need
a ghost army.
A ghost army.
Okay.
3-point plan for success.
If we stick with both sides here,
yes,
I think there is a slight danger that Admiral Razac will be like, "What's happened to Satus?" And then we will think the curator has taken him out, and she will think, "So you're gonna be dealing with the curator still," which could
we can
tricky.
We can tell her only in as much as it helps Satus and the greater cause.
What?
I don't know. I mean,
we tell her
we're not going to do anything. We're not going to do anything more to mess with her.
Okay.
With the curator.
So you think honesty
I make no
is
promises
the best policy.
about myself. Yeah. Cal's like, hold me back. But I mean,
Being open here, not sneaky.
yeah, I think so. I mean, we can be honest that, he's got control of Satus. We need Satus. She needs Satus.
Mm-hmm.
We all need Satus.
Mm-hmm.
And we all scream for ice cream. And so I think she's she's enough of a tactician to understand why we need to deal with him. And if we're still dealing with him, we might as well get a ghost army.
Okay.
Or we don't have to tell her about the ghost army. The ghost army can be a surprise.
Okay.
We don't need to tell her about the ghost army.
She has these mind flayers who...
At this point, you see that this tall, muscular, sort of like tan man wearing kind of this like big Solinese army or Navy regalia, excuse me, is walking over to you guys. Beth, he wears glasses, and what other interesting article of clothing besides his sort of, Navy uniform?
He's actually got this kind of fascinating pipe.
Oh,
It's
terrific.
sort of
I love that.
Irrationally long. And it kind of suits him, but it's really something.
Wonderful.
I'm nervous. We've got a muscular man with glasses. Oh, geez. Cal's only weakness.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm kidding.
I'll speak to him.
Yeah, that's for the best. Yeah.
Oh, hi there.
1 second. I'm just looking up something over here. So this man will walk over to you both and sort of, give a slight nod of his head as he approaches and kind of go, "Ma'ams, afternoon."
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
I am Commander Prell. I am one of Admiral Razac's lieutenants in the Navy.
I'm sorry, Prell?
Prell. P-R-E-L-L. Commander Prell.
Pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Have been tasked with bringing you something. And he will hold up a little box, which he will put on the ground in front of you and gesture at it, and then step away.
What's in the box?
Yeah.
Something that the Admiral wishes for you to have, but despite my serious reservations about it. But it appears that she feels that for this to work, trust must be established, and she will admit that trust so far has been one-sided. So, inside you will find 3 rings of mind shielding.
Oh. Well, that's nice.
It will grant you protection from her telekinesis, or from her telepathy, rather, excuse me, as well as that of her Illithid associates.
That's very kind. That's a very nice gesture.
Indeed, ma'am.
And it is because she wants us to trust her.
Well, she feels that as we are now going to collaborate, it is important that you feel that you are in a partnership rather than held hostage. I think that this is absolute hogwash, and that you are unstable assets at the very best. But
well, thank you.
She is, as they say, the Admiral. So her decision is final.
Yeah, I mean, that's her title, so that's probably what they say. Yeah. It's her rank.
It will take you an hour to attune to them. Once you're done with that, the Admiral would like to meet with you to discuss strategy.
Well, that sounds very reasonable. And while this may not be enough for, say, trust, I do appreciate the gesture.
Understood, ma'am. Anything else that we can provide for you? Rations, water, any supplies, or any amenities?
Do you have some meat? Dried meat?
I'll see what I can do, ma'am. Pardon me.
Thank you.
And he'll begin to walk away. By this point, by the way, you can see that more and more of the remains of the Solinese navy are slowly drifting into this cove. What used to now just be Razac's secondary ship is now 3 ships that are anchored in the cove, with 5 more coming in. And with every sort of passing minute, more Solinese people are coming ashore, more tents are being set up, more of this little secluded area is being transformed into a command post of sorts.
Okay. You didn't like him, Cal, did you? He was not chaotic enough.
No, yeah, he was cute, but nah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was also considerably older. I maybe did not specify that, but this was a large.
That's not necessarily a problem.
It's
not necessarily a problem.
I
Just not
suppose so.
enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we think these are what he says they are?
Can I do any sort of
Let's begin by, do you want to open the box? Oh, do you want to do an insight check on what he said?
No, I was going to do an insight check or an arcana check on the rings themselves.
Well, at the moment, the box is lying in the sand unopened.
I'll open the box.
Mm-hmm. So within, you find, it is a ring box, and in sort of the indentations, you find 3 gold rings, where instead of a jewel, there is this purple molding of a brain that is set upon it.
Wow.
Yeah, not my fashion style, but if it protects us from mind flayers, that's definitely a plus.
And we're buying this, are we? We get thousands of their people killed, or at least hundreds, and they give us a gift.
Let me take a look.
Okay.
May I take a look?
You are now taking a look. I think that this would be an Arcana check to see if Cal
Arcana? Okay.
sort of knows what's going on here.
Oh, wow. Natural 1.
Oh, wow. Maybe I should check.
Yeah, maybe.
Look. You sorta, kinda, maybe remember a diagram of a ring of mind shielding in a text once? And
yeah.
I don't know, these kind of look sort of like that.
I think they kind of look. There was like a brain on them, I think.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I guess that's that. Well, I think, she might, in a weird way, respect the play that we made and the fact that we were honest about it.
Yeah, roll me a quick insight check there, Emma.
Okay, that's a little better. 14?
A little voice in your head goes, or she understands that the way that she's treated you in some way contributed to the way that events just unfolded. There may be some amount of guilt at play here.
Ooh.
Right, because I know we're inclined to feel bad about having said to the curator, have some fun, and him murdering all these people.
Yeah, I feel quite bad about that. I really do.
We both do, but we did not know exactly what would happen, and she sort of started by stealing dragons, stealing Satus, stealing your dad. She has been way over the line from the very start.
Yeah. Not to mention invading our minds and all that, and since...
Yeah. And she can't fix a lot of the other stuff right now, but that part of it, she has rings.
Maybe I should try one first, and then...
I was going to say I should try it first.
No, because if you are possessed by them, I won't know what to do. Whereas if it's me, you'll probably figure something out.
I don't know what makes you think I know what to do, but okay.
You're great at knowing what to do, Cal. And you're better at magic and brain stuff.
And both of you have an open attunement slot. That's hella convenient. You could also stick.
Whoa, we love
you
that.
could also stick the third ring on unconscious Satus and just kind of be like, let's see what happens.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that doesn't seem right. Yeah.
Or you could call, a random cabin boy from the Navy over and go put on this ring and see if it disintegrates him or something.
No, we shan't be harming cabin boys. I don't
think she's gonna disintegrate us. So, yeah.
If
you're willing.
I mean, she might be going to disintegrate us. I think more worst case scenario would be she controls our minds forever.
Yeah.
Because she needs the power.
Yeah, that is the main issue. I think.
So put the ring.
Risk.
I should put it on. We won't be able to tell for a little while, maybe.
Probably not.
You will need to attune to it, which takes about an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but you're putting. Putting the ring on, Helena.
I reckon so, right, Cal?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I'll put the ring on. Watch what happens.
Roll me a wisdom check, Beth. Not a saving throw, just a check.
Okay. 18 minus 1, 17.
God, what an eyesore. This thing is so tacky.
Yeah.
It's really ugly.
It looks so bad.
This is my least favorite ring. I've got a few.
Yeah, no, and it is sort of this it's a gold band, but then there's sort of this weird purple brain thing on top of it.
Yeah, it's so tacky.
It's like a splash of color in just all the wrong ways. And you feel the sort of familiar tug of a magic item waiting to sort of be, let in so that its magical effects can have their, can sort of begin to take effect, I guess, to just repeat the word. I was like, I need to find a synonym. Nope, synonym is found. We're just going with it. But it feels no different than, say, Icebreaker or your armor, both of which you felt that sort of familiar tug of attunement when you first put it on.
Okay.
So far,
Cal,
no suspicious things detected, basically. Everything is, it's all behaving the way that it was advertised to behave.
So far, so good, apart from the fact that it's hideous. So far, so good.
Yeah, it is really ugly, but I'll forgive you that. Okay. So I guess we wait an hour and see, and then if you're still feeling okay, Satus and I will don our tacky rings as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. What do you do for this hour? Cal, Helena sort of needs to sit and meditate and
focus.
Sort of, focus on the ring. What do you do? Swear to God,
so
if it's dress up Satus in funny ways, I will not take kindly to it.
She just puts the gloves of disguise on him and just keeps changing.
Actually, Emma, this is a tremendous point that you just raised, because you are still dressed as a Solinese Navy sailor.
Yeah.
But you could put the gloves of disguise on and create the illusion of your old clothes.
I suppose I could. Or we could, what else I could do?
What else could you do? No. What good will that do?
I don't know. I could just walk around the camp as Jeff.
We won't be able to tell if I am losing it or not if you do that, because I will have trouble getting through the next hour.
I'm not going to put you through that. Okay.
I guess.
Yeah. I don't understand why Helena hates Jeff so much.
I just have
but
real trouble getting through things when Jeff is around. I always have, and it's only gotten worse.
fair enough.
No, but I do just love this. I do love the image of Helena sort of sinking into this deep trance, feeling the magic of the ring, beginning to let it commune with her, beginning to feel the effect wash over, and then through the static, my friends, and immediately just like taken out of the state.
Satus would let me do it. But
Wow.
He's the cool teammate.
yeah.
I'm comfortable being very uncool in this regard.
God.
Okay. First things first. I think we does Commander Prell or somebody bring some meat?
Yeah. I was going to say, like, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Definitely not Commander Prell, but like Commander, the assistant to the assistant to the assistant of Commander Prell, like brings over some rations, including some dried meat.
Great. So I will feed Volt, and I am now just remembering we had talked. Good boy.
Yeah.
I am now remembering that we had kind of talked more seriously about perhaps giving him
The potion.
Yeah. The potion.
Especially because Razac was definitely like, chop, what are we waiting for?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but like that's another bullet that you have in your gun waiting to be fired.
Yeah.
If you choose to fire it.
Yeah.
And not that this matters right this moment, but just as a reminder, Razac strongly implied at the very least that Blaze and Avanzada are already much bigger than Volt is.
Yes, she did. She did.
Why is that again?
To make them stronger, probably.
She like fed them a lot.
Or
probably
potion,
created this potion or something equivalent
to
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, I do remember that. Yeah.
Well, I don't want him to feel, left out when he's reunited with his brother and sister, or his sisters. His sisters.
Sisters.
Yes, he's the only boy.
Yes. Yeah. Good boy.
In the world.
Best boy in the world. I wish I could get clearer consent from him, but I know he's okay with it. But
you did raise an excellent point last time, Beth, with the do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you want the sausage?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Buddy, I need you to understand. If we give you this potion, it's gonna make you bigger and older. Not too old, I was told, but a little older. I don't know what that transformation process is gonna be like or how you're gonna feel. It could hurt. It could shorten your life. But we might all die in 8 days, so do you understand that it's a risk?
From behind you, or what feels like behind you, you hear the answer to your questions are respectively no and yes. And you turn around.
What was the first question?
The same purple mind flayer that tried to heal Satus has kind of wafted over. And he goes, "No, it will not hurt. Yes, it will shorten his lifespan. But given the longevity of dragons, only by a trivial amount. For you, it would be the equivalent of losing 2 years of your life."
My precious baby boy.
I understand that this is a difficult decision, Calistoga Vance, but weigh it against the lives that could be lost without a dragon fighting for the side that is trying to protect the world.
I just wish that I could explain to him better and he could understand what he's doing. Just feels wrong to do it without. But
if you would
I think
I could connect your minds, give you a more direct pathway to his sense of self, and vice versa. It would be wise to do it before you put the ring on, as after you do so, communicating with me and my associates will be quite challenging.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Wisdom saving throw. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
The Mind Flayer raises sort of one of his, strange oblong hands with these long nails that end in a fine point, and raises it up to your head and sort of goes, "May I touch you?"
Yes, thank you for asking.
It is a very cold, slightly damp touch.
Ew.
He will then reach down and do the same to Volt, and there is kind of just like a slight pause of kind of waiting for Volt to be okay. And he will touch Volt. And instantly, it's very similar to what happened when you were holding the pyramid that you got out of the dead rock, Emma. You have this, and it's no longer pure empathy. It is sort of these bursts of feeling and sort of loose concepts and loose kind of, very kind of boiled down versions of complicated thoughts, but all of a sudden they are sort of very there, present, flickering in your mind, going one after another. This sense of hunger, this sense of curiosity, this sense of slight recoil at this thing that is touching him, this sense of strong protectiveness towards you, this sense of strong protectiveness towards Helena, this animosity towards the Solinese. All of it is kind of there flickering in your mind. And you feel yours to shape. Not kind of in a way that is overriding the process, but in a way that is presenting an idea to the young dragon.
So I will do my best in this kind of wibbly-wobbly state to put an image of this potion that Maeve made.
Maeve, he likes Maeve. Maeve is good.
Yes.
Maeve feeds him nice things. Maeve is nice.
Yes, Maeve is nice. Yeah. Maeve is our friend.
She only took blood that one time. That was not so pleasant.
Oh,
but...
damn it. I knew she did. I'm sorry she did that, buddy. But
mostly you see sort of this torrent of memories of pleasant meals.
Yeah. And so I will put kind of the idea into his head that this potion will make him bigger and stronger.
He likes that.
And
yeah, big, strong. He likes that. He wants to fight. He wants to fight the people that have hurt you.
Thanks, buddy. But also older. Not super old, but it will take away some of his life.
You sort of put this forward, and it's a little bit lost in the rush of, no, fight, bigger, yeah, that's good, yeah, all this other stuff doesn't matter, fight, yes, good, fight, strong, big.
Okay, but it will make your life shorter.
Yeah, I think at this point, roll me a persuasion check, Emma.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 19 plus 4 for 23.
The other stuff flickers and goes away. and even to sort of like the haze of the mental effect that you are feeling, you see Volt's head flicker to the side. And it's now replaced by sort of this sense of apprehension. And you kind of get the feeling that, like, okay, no, that time it's sunk in. That time you got it. And you stay there for kind of a minute goes by.
And I will say, or try to communicate the idea that this is his choice if he wants to take this potion.
Yeah, and things are sort of still and quiet for a moment there. Probably in many ways the stillest and the quietest that Volt's mind has been for in a long time. But it is ultimately then followed by an image of Blaze and an image of Avanzada. And you sort of like the piercing howl of how much he misses them. And then followed by sort of the image of dark shadows approaching them and Volt fighting them off. And you sort of get the sense that it is like he wants to do this more than he is scared of whatever may be coming.
He's so good. Okay.
The cold feeling retreats as the Mind Flayer removes his hand from your head. And he goes, I believe that the message has been adequately received.
I think so. Thank you.
You are very welcome. He is a remarkable creature. You've taken good care of him. I think that now you can let him take some care of you.
You're very wise.
We all are. We are incredibly intelligent beings. I don't understand why people seem to not want us around. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to return to the brig of the ship. The apprehended criminal that they are letting me eat today is apparently ready for me. Thank you. And with that, he will waft away.
Yeah, I wonder why more people don't want Mind Flayers around.
All right, we've run quite a bit long, so I think that let's take 5 minutes. I wanted to just kind of like wrap that up, but I think that this is a good breaking point. Let's take 5 minutes and be back around wherever you are watching, around 17 minutes past the hour, and we'll be back to see what's going to happen.
Great.
So be right back, folks.
Awesome.